Priorities. Good afternoon. We are here with Joe Laws, who's going to be doing an interview for me on behalf of Boxing Viper Media. Obviously, as we know, Joe is under the tutelage, under the management direction of Phil Jeffries, who is working hard alongside Steve Wraith to promote all the North East boxers as best as possible and give them the best kind of platform working forward. How do you see the last couple of shows that they've kind of collaborated on together, Joe?
Oh, they've been mint. My first fight was at the Stadium Light, and my second fight was on a televised show live on Free Sports at the Ray Meadows Arena. So for my first two fights, I couldn't have better locations, better venues, and any bigger platforms, to be honest. So happy days.
Yeah, I was at the Summer Rumble event, and obviously I'm going to plead ignorance here, but I'd heard your name bandied about, but I'd never seen much of you until that day. And the one thing that struck me was the support you had. Sold over 400 tickets for that event, 600 tickets for the Rainton Meadows event, in excess of those numbers, you know. And the noise was just unbelievable. I think everyone just thought it was such a fantastic spectacle. Is that something that's followed you around, or?
Well, in the amateurs, I've always had an amazing fan base, and I think when I turned professional, I think that's when my fan base went to the next level. And I live life as a fighter. I train, I come back, I rest, I eat, I do my tickets, I drop off home tickets personally. Me and little Kia Picanto, and my support's just it's amazing. Like, I've got family, friends. On my first fight, I had a family come up from York to come see us, and I sent picked out first class in the mail, and they came up and watched us with the family. So I'm absolutely humbled, and I'm buzzing about it, to be honest.
It's dedication, isn't it? And I suppose from your own point of view, it's the personal touch that kind of makes all the difference for those fans.
Well, like, after you fight, I keep a list who bought a ticket, and I try and go around every single person and thank them personally. Go, listen, I really appreciate it, because at the end of the day, if I can't sell tickets, I'll go nowhere in the pro game. So I'm humbled by my support. They've all got t-shirts with hashtag Bomb Squad, the Benwell Bomber, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I just can't wait for the future.
It's been so exciting for you at the start. Obviously, you know, the pro ranks are a lot different to the amateur ranks. So you started at the age of 14.
Yeah.
What got you into boxing in the first place?
I was always a fat kid when I was young and that, and my brother boxed, my dad boxed, my granddad boxed and all that. And I started off boxing at Granger Park, and I had my first 12 fights there. I won 11. I won the novice junior title, but for the novice championships, I was sparring at Burley once a week, and I came to Burley, and after I was a dog's bollocks. Really, I've had 10 fights one night. I'm gonna go in there, just punch him all over, do this, and I was sparring Tommy Wood. My first spar came with black and blue, and I was thinking to myself, hold on a minute, if I can learn that much of one spar session, if I move there, how good could it be? So after the championships, I want to see Graham personally and say, listen, Graham, can I join the club? He says, he gives the rules. He went, listen, you've got to follow these rules, being 6 times a week, you've got to be a certain weight, etc. and all that. I'm in sound, and haven't looked back since.
I suppose a lot of people, you know, who know Graham in the business as well. I've never met the guy personally, and obviously I think people have got mixed reviews because he can sometimes come across as being very kind of, he is regimented, but I think that's a good thing in this sport. And you know,
at Burley, he's not bad if you're an Olympic champion or if you're a beginner. If you don't listen, you're getting chucked out. There's so many times all the boxers at the club will tell you they've had the medical cards handed to them, gone fuck off for not listening, because when you're 14, 15, you think you know better than that, but he takes no shit, and I think that's how it should be, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's obviously the reputation of Berkeley Club kind of speaks for itself. You know,
Aye.
it's look at how many national champions they've had, and
There's proof in the pudding. We've
yeah,
got five kids on Team GB from Berkeley alone. Pat McCormick, Luke McCormick, Callum French, Cyrus Patterson, Tommy Hodgkinson, and there's not one more. Mark Dickinson.
right.
So we've got 6 on now. Hopefully, a few more next season because we've got Ben Rees, Hannah Robinson, and Isaac Milburn. So, like I said, the proof's in the pudding, and we keep on getting titles after titles. So, we're doing something right.
Yeah, it's widely regarded as probably the best boxing club in the northeast. You know, and
Definitely.
but I think on the back of that, I think a lot of clubs around the area have taken inspiration from Berkeley as well. Would you say?
Yeah. Well, we've got a very strong squad, and we train hard every day, 6 days a week. We go hard in spawn, we go hard in the gym. So I think we're a bit of inspiration to other clubs and all that.
Good man. So 50 fights for Berkeley. Senior national final.
Aye.
How did that go?
Mint, I won the a year previous, and I got beat in the quarterfinals, and I thought it was still that year, right? You know what? I'm gonna give it to me all this year, and I truly believe that I was going to win a national title until I fought Haraz Akbar. He put the spot on the works he did.
Yeah.
No, I was good. I had 2 fights together regional, won them. I beat a good kid in the quarterfinals, and Luke Fisher. I beat a strong kid in the semis in Jack Rafferty, and I came against Salam Hazakbar, who's on Team GB at the minute, and I got beaten in a close competitive fight on points. I thought personally, I'm an honest kid. I think I got beat the first 2 rounds, and I just edged the last, but it's one of them things. I learned from it. I came back a better fighter. I was in the gym the week later, and I came from there. So,
and I think that's the message that a lot of boxers try. And when you look at the likes of who we were talking about before, Lewis Ritson. I was just talking to your dad before you came back in there, and as we discussed, and as Lewis has discussed many times, 18 months ago he was ready to pack in.
It's meant
and you just think
how far he's came from fighting on them small hall shows, selling these tickets, and then next thing you know, his chance comes, he takes it, knocks out him. Next thing he's on the Metro Radio, win the British title outright, and I'm buzzing for him.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of the Metro Radio Arena, you sent a cheeky tweet to Eddie Hearn earlier this week.
Well, I was saying to the lads in the gym, I was going, I wonder how many times I can tag Eddie Hearn in my stuff before he gets sick and tell us to fuck off. But I think you've got to put yourself out there, and I'm different, I'm outgoing, I'm a crowd pleaser, I can sell tickets, I'm exciting, so I was like, yeah, listen Eddie, next show in Newcastle, get us on, and he made a tweet saying October 13th, be there, you're welcome or something. I was like, happy days, but aye, great. I think it's about 10, 11 weeks. I'm going to have a nice week of training, because I've had 2 hard fights in a month. Not hard fights, but it's more the training what's hard, all around spawn and them small gloves in your hands. I'm going to rest up and then make sure I'm ready for the show in Newcastle.
And have you got any idea who you're going to be facing on that show?
No opponent yet, but I'm just going to keep progressing in my rate, not compare myself to other fighters, him, keep learning myself, and every time I fight, I want to just put a performance on and get the win, most importantly.
Well, I think that's the good thing as well with what you've done so far, Joe, because like I say, the Summer Rumble event, I've got a video of it on my phone, and I just thought, yeah, this is, I think I messaged you straight after the fight saying, good fight, but you were excited in the first bit.
Well, to be honest, the first 2 rounds, I didn't box well in my
Yeah.
pro debut. I think I was a bit, what's the word? I was a bit like struck by the support I had.
Yeah.
And I just tried to fight for the support more. And Graham gives a good slap in the corner. He says, listen, you can't stop this kid, but it's going to come off your boxing. And that's when the third round, so I jabbed more. And then obviously that's when the shot came.
Definitely, you settled into the fight as it went on, didn't you? And but I think just starting off in the pro ranks, and what a debut, and
definitely.
Obviously the second fight you followed it up against a very tough James Gorman.
Well, James Gorman's been there and done that. He's fought numerous champions, and I think when you start pro boxing, it's not if you win, it's how you win. And I want to make statements every fight and just keep improving myself in the gym, keep adding to my arsenal, so then when my champ does come up in the future, I can take it like Lewis Hudson did.
Yeah, I thought that the finishing kind of shots which put James down. Obviously, you've come off a lead hand uppercut to open him up, and then gone straight at the body. And I noticed you've said obviously. On Facebook and Twitter this morning about Ricky Hatton being one of your inspirations for doing that.
Well, when I first started boxing, I just used to love him. He was down to earth. He was the people's champion. He never changed. He went to Las Vegas to fight Mayweather. And he brought over 5,000 fans himself. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to like. I want one day just to drive on Benwell and people be shouting, "There's only one Benwell, Jolos," and all that. So. And when you watch like Ricky Hatton, people just thought, oh, he was strong, he was fit, but all these shots, he was clever. Like he didn't just throw one body shot. He went through the head, one the body. He threw like right angle change, and then the body shots. And I think that's how you get them tough German out of the way, because them there to survive. So if you're going there and just try and steamroll them, all they're going to do is keep nice and tight, tense the body, and then won't go nowhere. So you've got to try and hit them, touch, downstairs, touch, angle, then downstairs and all that. So that's what I did.
And it's a learning game with that as well, isn't it? The opening that shot up, and I think a lot of people, I know from my kind of coaching side of things, it's difficult to try and stop people who are sparring from headhunting to try and go head body, because it's the first thing you want to do when you get the gloves on, isn't it? So for you to be able to do that as well, like you say, when the excitement's getting to you and you've got 600 and odd people screaming country roads at you, it's admirable really for a lot of your age and just second 2 fights in. So another interesting fact about you, Joe, you sparred Devin Haney. Me and Jordan Reynolds went to Las Vegas for like a nice training camp / holiday, and it was mint. It was mad how it went, because I met Jordan Reynolds off the back of the Celtic Box Cup in Ireland, and I seen him. And after that, we got England trials, and we got on the England team, and we got speaking. And I was like, Jordan, yeah, it'd be mint if it went Las Vegas training. And he looked at me, went, I'm game. I went, so am I. And the week after, he was in Luton and I was in Newcastle, and I rang up and says, go to the travel agents. And I went to the travel agents on the phone with him, and we both picked up, and it was mint. He was spawned undefeated pro called Kevin Newman. He had some cracking spars with him. He sparred, someone Tabia, who's a light heavyweight. Right. I'm sure he's just won the some world organisation title as well. And I sparred 3 kids. I sparred Devin Haney, and these are about 2 Americans, but it was cracking spawn. And what was the Mayweather gym like then? Was it a completely different experience? You always expect them gyms to be something else, to be big, flashy, but it was just a normal gym. It wasn't massive. It was, you walk in, had your bags, your mirrors, your rings, but it was just mad how his dad was walking around, that Jean de Love was walking around, Shane Mosley and all that. I was like, oh, yeah, it was mint. Crazy. So, what next? And kind of, obviously, we've got the October 13th, which, you said will be happening. well, we hope it's happening. I would certainly love it to happen. You're going to have a little bit of a rest, like you say.
Not so much of a rest. I'm just going to have a nice week off and pick it up from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch the fight back instead of watching the fight and going, oh, I've done this good, I've done that good. Me and the coach are going to sit down and say, what could I do better?
Yeah.
And work on that for my next fight, as well as all the tough sparring, conditioning. Like every fight, I want to get fitter and stronger until one day, hopefully, I'm doing 12 rounds. Hopefully, that's the aim.
So I guess for ambition-wise, obviously, we know how ambitious you are.
The best.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I think every English boxer comes to pro boxing, they want to win the British title. That's one of the most prestigious belts ever. But I'm going to be the best. I haven't got the mindset to be in boxing to be second best or just to fall short. I want to be the best. So who knows how far I'm going to go? It could be area level, it could be British, it could be European, world. Who knows? But I'm going to give me 110%. I'm going to enjoy the ride.
Well, I think we will as well, Joe. Ideally, 18 months. If you had to plan your next 18 months, this is from so Joe Laws is the promoter, the manager, and the boxer.
Aye.
So give us what you would do in the next 18 months, realistically.
Conor McGregor, where you at, motherfucker? Nah, 18 months. I want a good handful of fights. 4 rounders, 6 rounders, 8 rounders against different opponents. Some short, some stocky, some tall, some strong, and just keep learning. Hopefully build my record up in 18 months time. There's no reason why I can't be knocking on doors of English titles and area titles and all that.
I completely agree, mate. And finally, would you have a message for Mr. Hearn? Because obviously we want to try and build your name up with him as much as possible.
Eddie Hearn, remember the name. I'm a local lad, I live the life, I'm exciting, I can sell tickets, and I believe if you stick me on any show, the camera loves us, I'm exciting, and believe us now, I'm not going to sit down and call fighters out, but in my mind, I'm confident in my ability, and no 145 are safe. Bomber's coming.
I'll vouch for that, Eddie. If you're watching, this lad's going to sell tickets. That's what we know that he's about anyway, Joe, isn't it? So, ticket sellers. He's not bothered about the boxers, he's just bothered about the ticket sales. So, yeah, get onto this lad, Eddie, as much as you possibly can. So, that concludes another cracking interview.
Wasn't bad, was it?
On behalf of... yeah, exactly. I'll just every week, mate, we'll just pencil something in. So on behalf of Boxing Viper Media and PR and Pro Box Northeast, and in association with TKO and Kenton ABC,
I just want to give a big shout out to the Burtley boys at Burtley, the NA29 lot in Shields, the Benwell boys and the Bomb Squad. I've got the best support ever, and love yous all.
There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Laws.
Thank you very much.